What's up, my school bosses? Thank y'all for tapping in with me again, joining me for another 360 wave session. Uh, Man, I'm about 4 weeks in to woofing, and I pretty much just want to share with y'all the simple products that I use during this process, which is much of nothing. It was pretty much the same thing I used when I used to have locks before I cut them off and started this wave process. So it's a little bit of nothing. These products, they cost a little bit of nothing. So one of them a little more expensive, which is the leave-in conditioner, Shea Moisture. This a little pricey, but I use this organic coconut oil that I bought from Walmart, couple bucks. I'll leave the links in the comments below for the products. And then some castor oil, simple little product I bought off Amazon. It's not the Jamaican black castor oil, but this, I've been using it for years, so it works pretty good. So I keep using it. And this is 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Look a little shabby, look a little dry. To me, that crown is definitely coming together. I'm so proud. That castor oil is one of the things that's keeping it thick up there, because like I said, my crown is thinning out to me. But those connections coming in much better. This is 4 weeks of woofing. So that said, I use a big comb, and for the most part, I rarely touch my waves with a brush when I get this far to woofing. This is my second time doing this amount of time, but when I get like this, for the most part, I use a comb, because while you're woofing, that's the best time to start to make those connections. Where all those forks is at, best time to make those connections. You starting from scratch. So that's the best time, using this comb. So while I'm woofing, like I said, most of the time I'm using a comb, big comb that I usually start out with, and I usually comb through it just to see how big of a mini fro I got. But just to see, oh man, that's always amazing to me. How far it be done grown out. Like, for real. Got a baby fro. But yeah, I usually comb it out. Then, and that's when I put that castor oil. I usually transfer it to a smaller bottle so I can get in there better. But that's when I usually throw that in, a generous portion of that. My scalp's so dry, it gets so dry. So it's just like, for me, moisturizing it is a must. But like, making sure there's like some kind of oil that I can use that's like not really messy, and it's like it's gonna help me in some other way too. Because like I said, the castor oil is good for helping it to thicken up those areas in my crown that I was talking about up in here, that's kind of thinned out due to that gray growing in. I'm proud of my gray, definitely proud of my gray, but it's kind of thin up in there. And it used to be a lot thinner, but again, I started using that castor oil directly on that area, and it helped me a lot. So, but I put a generous portion of that in. And then another thing is, when I get cut, telling my barber to nothing less than the 2.5 around my crown, because I tried the 2 and it still was looking too thin for me. But so I'm like, I gotta just keep going up, and so I'm gonna try 2.5 for the first time the next time, and hopefully that's it. And the castor oil and thickened it up. So then I get this smaller comb, like the little rat tail combs, and then I comb through using this, because this is like the hair that those little combs didn't catch. I mean, that big comb didn't catch, because the teeth on them so big. Like, it's gonna catch it. It's gonna get caught with this comb. So yeah, see, like up there in that crown, it got caught a little bit. So yeah, but I like to go through with this smaller comb. The teeth smaller, like I said, you really getting up in there. You getting up in there using the comb anyway, but you're really getting down to that root with them smaller teeth on the comb. Then once I get that in, first I go ahead and throw some of this organic, like I said, this is coconut oil I get from Walmart, a couple bucks. I usually use a little bit of this. Get that up in there. And then by then, I'm using my brush, using this hard brush. It's a Torino. Using this brush, because this hard brush is getting down there. It's finna get down there and get everything. Do that. And I love that sheen. See that sheen when the brush go through there? That just appear. That's all from, that's what the coconut oil do for me. It adds a sheen that a lot of other oils just don't do. They don't give it. Get up in that crown. Man. That sheen, that coconut oil do that. I don't use the leave-in conditioner. I don't use that as often as I use these two when I'm woofing. Because I just want my hair to be moisturized and, you know, have a little sheen to it if I do decide to take my rag off, you know. And again, my scalp's super dry, so it's just, yeah, I need all of that. And usually when I'm woofing, my session's not as long, because I feel like I didn't really did my thing up until that point. So I'm just waiting on the finished product. So I still do at least 2 15-minute sessions. But as I said, once I go through that, I'm coming through with the bag, because I want it to lay down. Because when you're going through a woofing stage, puffy business. So for me, I get my baby bag. I'm still not using nothing all spiffy, because this works and this does the trick. As you can see, laying that down. That's doing the trick. Look at that. And like I said, while you woofing, man, your hair coming out, being puffed out because you're combing it out, because you want to make sure you getting through to each layer. Yeah. This is the most important part for me, because I know it's molding into what I've been brushing. For certain. But I go a couple passes up in there. y'all a chance to get direct up in the back. 4 weeks. 4 weeks. So that's it. So yeah. After I go through that, I just usually go ahead, rag back up, wait till the next session. As y'all already know, them lines on the forehead is a no-no for me. It's going on smooth. Yep. Tuck that under there. And I'm going to end up getting back to it sooner than later today, so I'm not even going to roll the back up. And that's that. Thank y'all again, as always, for joining me. I appreciate the love and support. Tap back in with me soon. Later.